And things seem to be working, I think. I'm actually going to try and see whether it comes up on my phone that this is actually working properly. Because if it isn't, then I'm talking to no one. I am already talking to no one, but you kind of get what I mean. And things seem to be working. There we go. Look at that. I actually managed to get it to work 3 times in a row, and it's actually worked first time. Don't expect that level of professionalism and quality in the future. All right. So 3rd day, I continue to not smoke. So for every day I don't smoke, I stream. So I'm either going to drive myself to death through stress, or I'm going to go back to smoking. And that's the one thing I can't do because I'm 40. So as you can see here, oh, actually, I need to try this out. Let's try this. Now, the real question will be, can you still hear me? So let's wait for it to update. Oh, here we go. And we press the button. Oh, look at that. The intermission actually works. And it now means that the chat and look at that. It works. I am shocked. I am shocked and appalled that this is working so well for me. Yeah, I don't think it will. And something will go wrong. Something will catch on fire, and I'll only recognize it later when I look back at it and go, oh, okay, did this work? Did that work? And yeah, nothing did. I'm looking quite shiny. Let's just adjust those a little bit. There we go. Bit of a chill look to it. All right. So as far as I can see, if everything's coming through there, yep, I can hear the Xbox, and I can't see the Xbox actually working though. So, oh wait, there's nobody in chat. I can't ask if anybody else can hear it. Well, this is beautiful. Yeah, it's a case right now of just needing to know whether the actual console sound is coming through or not. What is the best way to do this? Because I can see it here and there. Let's pop over to here. Oh, yep, I can see the pop. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's all the tech troubleshooting that I think I'm due to do. So, cheers for a can of mother. And let's start this. So, I will call him a good friend on Discord I'm part of, OMG Turtles, came up with the idea of, like, he was working on his backlog and just working through the games that were on his console, but he hadn't actually finished or really put any time into. And I thought that was actually kind of a great idea, thinking about it, that, you know, instead of trying to play something like, I'm sitting on Wild Frost, I want to play more Wild Frost, I don't have Wild Frost installed to this console, and I'm going to fix that. While I've been playing a lot of that and Slay the Spire, I was thinking instead, use that idea. So I've got a couple of games already on here. Xbox not wanting to... Oh, it's because it's actually updating Star Wars. Okay, so On this console, I have Alan Wake 2, which I did try to play, and it really didn't click with me. I really enjoyed the first Alan Wake, but Alan Wake 2 seems... I just don't think it was my jam. It kind of goes a little Remedy. And I don't mean that as kind of to put them down. Like, Remedy make great games. Like, Control is fantastic, but there's a sort of element that they are putting into all of their games to inject a sense of fun, which I like. But to have a musical number occur where it did in the game, and when I actually play through Alan Wake 2, I might do it on here because it'll actually push me to play through it and to be held accountable for it. So I fell off it hard, and I gave Randall Thor some shit, being like, man, you and I usually have great, really similar tastes, and this one didn't pick for me, and he gave me some shit for it, which, fair call. But with that, I kind of went, okay, it wasn't my jam. Maybe it just wasn't that right time. You know, sometimes a game just comes through and you're not in the right headspace for it. So you leave it, you come back to it later, and you give it another shot. So that's what I'm thinking I'm actually going to do for Alan Wake 2, is I'm going to give it another shot later. Borderlands Game of the Year edition for the Xbox One. I haven't played Borderlands since... I think Borderlands 1, Beck and I played through it when it came out, which was it came out, I believe, in October of 2009, because we got married in April of 2010, and our honeymoon was before the wedding, and we went to Melbourne E-Games. We actually played that in a hotel room on our laptops. That's just how fucking nerdy we are. Sorry, I'm just going to bring something up here. All right. It is saying right now that all of my downloading is killing the stream's ability to be able to stream. So I'm going to do the right thing and just stop that. Oh, 2009 in Melbourne. Yes. Qualified Wombat is back. And yes, she's got it right there. 2009 in Melbourne. So yeah, that weekend that we were down there, that was when the game actually came out. So we flew down to Melbourne to hang out with friends. And at the same time, we took our laptops with the game installed on there, ready to unlock, and we played it in our hotel room after being out at events and drinking a lot. But I haven't played it since then. And I got, I think, maybe 5 or 6 hours into it. And I really want to go back because I've played through Borderlands 2 again. And some of the humor doesn't hold up as well because it's become a meme of the mimetic culture. But Borderlands 1 has just this little bit of a tongue-in-cheek feel to it that I always appreciated. Cyberpunk, I have finished, but I have not finished Phantom Liberty. And Phantom Liberty, I really wanted to jump into, but they did such a big update to the game that is a little bit daunting because it changes up a lot of combat, a lot of element styles you have to respec, and it almost feels like it's a start from scratch sort of thing. So there's that. Darksiders 2. Now, I love Darksiders. Darksiders is one of the best IPs that has come through in the last 10 years because it is unique. It is interesting. Okay. Yes, it is 10 years or longer than 10 years because it first came out on the 360. But it's refreshing, it's new, it's unique, and it has an art style and a feel to it and characters that grow, which is such a rarity in games now, to actually have characters with key faults that they are willing to identify and deal with, but have them be larger arcs, not just of they themselves failing and then realizing, oh, I need to do better. It becomes a failing which doesn't just put them in jeopardy, it puts others in jeopardy. And sorry, I am just changing this. There we go. Sorry, I keep realizing all these little things that I didn't do. But for that, they have announced that a new Darksiders is in production. And I think, hopefully, we might see that this year. So I've played through Darksiders 1 and the War Mastered Edition. I've never finished Darksiders 2 because it had a lot of performance issue problems with it. That meant that the refresh rate was really choppy. Even on PC, it wasn't great. So I've always wanted to kind of step back and give that a proper shot. So I want to do that. There we go. And Death Stranding. Actually, I just recently finished Death Stranding. So that one can actually come off the console. That is one that I finished in 2024. Diablo 4. I have finished Diablo 4 and I've finished Vessel of Hatred. When there's a new season update or something else that's coming out for Diablo 4, I'll jump back into it that day and actually have a look at what they've changed. And if there's anybody in chat who really wants to dive into it, I think that is when I might chew on Diablo 4 a bit and talk about it. Because I have mixed feelings. It's a fun game, but I have mixed feelings on it. Dragon Age the Veilguard, I've started and I really want to play. A good friend of mine, Ashton, they have started on their second playthrough doing all completely different choices and everything else. And I love it. It's such a great series. I loved the first game. I never got into the second game. When it came out, just too much was on and I never caught in with it. The third game, I watched Beck play through so many times. And I think it's one of the peak points for BioWare. I know people may listen to this and go, Scarecrow smoking something. Surprisingly, no. I think peak BioWare is actually where a lot of people are finding that they fell off. That Veilguard was Veilguard they see is this drop down, that there was Andromeda and Veilguard and Anthem. I stand by this. Anthem is still a fucking amazing game that was not given the support it was needed by EA. If Anthem came out today with more content, if it was given the time that games like The Division or Destiny or so many others were, Sea of Thieves, if it was given that level of support, that just 1 year of support, that game would be doing fantastically amazing numbers. But it didn't, and fuck EA for that. Marvel Midnight Suns has been recommended to me, and I like turn-based strategy kind of battler games, especially when it's kind of individual units and heroes and everything else like that. I like that style of gameplay. So Midnight Suns, I've been told, is a fantastic version of just a great, well-done game made by Firaxis, who do the XCOM games, and I love me some XCOM. And the big Ultimate Edition was like $40-50. Oh, a good friend of mine, Corthel, is online. Maybe I should drag him in here. What is he doing? He's probably going to be playing Minecraft. That's what a Corthel does. Metaphor Refantasio. I am about 35, 40 hours into it. And I think as much as I am going to play through this and I'm going to continue, it isn't one I'll do on stream because I find Atlas games tend to be ones where you really want to kind of drive the decisions and everything. And for that sort of game, you know, I'd rather let people play that than kind of play through it in their stead. Raven's Watch just recently came out. This is by Past Tech Games, who made Curse of the Dead Gods, which is another roguelike Hades-style game that I fell into. It came up on Game Pass. So thank you again to Sarah Bond, wherever she may be, for continuing to just put fucking bangers into Game Pass, because I play them and I love them. Star Wars Outlaws, I'm quite a way into it, and I still want to keep playing through it because no matter what the haters say, I still think it is one of the best representations of a Star Wars game that doesn't focus on the Jedi. And that is kind of one of the prerequisites of nearly every fucking Star Wars game. It is always a Jedi. I love me a laser sword as much as the next man, but for fuck's sake, like, what about everybody else? Starfield, Shattered Space. I still need to finish it. And that is one thing I want to do. Another one that I probably won't do on stream, but it's there. So at some point it'll get knocked off the list. Sorry about that. The Division 2. They've started doing seasons and I jumped into it and it was interesting, but at the same time there was the Diablo seasons had started and something else came out at the same time. I cannot remember what it was, but those players basically just, those games took me away and I never jumped back into the Division 2. But I know that Massive Entertainment are currently in early pre-production on the Division 3. They've said as much. And Wild Frost, which, if you see my other two streams, I love me some Wild Frost. So, seeing with all of that, these are some of the games that I'm going to target and I'm just going to chip away at. So I'm going to try some Raven's Watch. So I've only played about an hour of this, and if you've played Curse of the Dead Gods or Hades, it'll have a similar idea to it, except instead of moving through rooms, defeating enemies, clearing the room, and then choosing a element where it's, you know, this particular reward if you clear the next room, it instead works on a larger map system. So it almost has a kind of a bit of a tactical RTS feel to it, where it kind of works in the same way as a MOBA, I think is probably the best way to put it. Where you move around.
The girl made her way to grandmother's house. She knocked. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Oh, I did not see this sequence. Oh yes, and all of the heroes in this are fairy tales.
Grandmother was astonished. My
So
dear,
here
she
you've got
exclaimed,
Scarlet,
what big
Dragon,
arms you have.
Beowulf, and the Snow Queen.
My dear, what big eyes you have.
And of course,
To see you.
Scarlet,
My dear,
has like
what big teeth
the
you
classic.
have.
Thank you very much, Beck. I did turn it down because I realized that had come through so quickly. I saw it on the desk and I'm like, oh shit. Alright, so let's adjust that a bit more. Alright. So I think that should hopefully have fixed it. I'm hoping. All right, so that should be a little better. I can see me. Yeah, so game volume's definitely down a bit, and I'm just going to adjust it and see if that adjusts it a little bit. No, not really. Okay, I think that should be about right. Okay, so... Alright. I've already done one run with Scarlet, and it basically works off kind of a timer system. So, who was it? Oh yeah, I unlocked Aladdin. So I did my first run as Scarlet. Didn't do too bad. But yeah, got into the second area, unfortunately died there, but it then unlocked another hero, and there seems to be a whole lot more heroes, and then you can just hit one at random. But I've been interested by the Snow Queen because I did like ranged characters in the original Curse of the Dead Gods. Like, ranged characters were a lot of fun to play. So, I'm going to give this a shot. So, it kind of... Oh. Browse outfits. Not really that different. Screw it, we'll go with that. So, as is pretty much my way, screw it, let's just jump in there and give it a go. It is also, if you are interested in playing it, it is a co-op game. You can play multiplayer with other people. Everybody has to pick a different hero, but it's a lot of fun apparently. But by the same token, I could just, like, you can search and just do public searches for other people. I'm not really that sort of person. So we're just going to jump in here and give this a shot. And yeah, I really like this art style. Also kind of reminds me a bit of Darksiders, which I think works in its favor. All right. So, okay. Oh. Okay, so defense is an ice clone. Ooh. All right, we're going to go Ice Clone. So there's particular skills that you have, and this dude you can obviously buy talents and skills and bits and pieces from, but we're not going to worry about him just yet. Okay. All right, so everything starts counting down as soon as we leave this area. So there's points on the map that you can go to, which are particular things. So there's dream crystals, there's vision towers, wishing wells. There is the master nightmare. You will face them at the end of 3 days. So I'm just gonna go for, like, I'm still getting quite used to the game, so Let's try this. Do, 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 do. Ooh, it's a bit difficult to control. Like for the attack, there's a bit of a delay in the actual skill activating. I don't know if I like that. Huh. But it might be good. It's something much like with Hades, like skills and everything will increase over. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, skills and everything will increase. You can upgrade the skills as you go and boop. Let's... Whoops. Okay, so that defense skill is quite good. Oh, and a stun lock as well. Fuck yeah. Whoop. Okay, what the hell are you? There's these, yeah, these weird little, thingamadoobits. Oh, I have another skill. I didn't even realize. It's even better. Okay, this... Okay, I may like ranged characters in the previous games, but this is not the greatest. But I'm at least not getting hit as much as I did when I played as Scarlet. I suppose the advantage being the being outside the general attack range is pretty good, but not as much as an advantage I was hoping for. Okay. What are you? You're a big fucking crow. I like how you work. Alright, that's an RT power. Ooh. Okay, ooh. Let's go with the dash. Alright, okay, so there's a dream crystal over here somewhere. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, yes, I do like that skill. Boop. Okay, that dash is actually quite good. And it doesn't have a cooldown. Oh, wait, it does. Shit. Okay, so... Where is the cooldown for the dash then? Does not seem to... I cannot see it on the screen. Oh, well. It's at least somewhat quick. It's not... Okay, come on. Whoops. Ooh. Okay. I'm getting my ass kicked there. Oh! And I have another skill. Jesus. It would have been useful if I looked at the bottom of the screen and actually realized what buttons I was meant to be pressing. Oh well. Okay, so that is day 1. So each day that passes, so 3 days for 3 days for each kind of area in a sense. And then, yeah, there's... As they go past, then you'll fight a large boss, and then you'll go into the next kind of area. So it's very much the Hades thing. So it'd be like going from Tartarus to Elysium to all of the different locations. Ooh. Oh, that worked fantastically. Stop healing everybody, damn it. Oh, that's right. I can bail out of the thing early and actually do it as a buff. Okay. What is this? Oh, you're a bad guy. Get fucked. Okay, and he goes... Oh, shit. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, yes. Let's use a raven feather. Let's go here. Come on. Oof. I'm getting the gamer face on, where you just go quiet and you're like, oh god, please. Whoop. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Okay, RT power. Okay. Okay. Well, it's at least taking out these guys. If I remembered that the actual attacks go through enemies, it would have been useful to... Whoop. Nope. Nope, don't want you. Oh, thanks Xbox. Just what I need over the top of my stuff. Oh, that's right. Oh, stun locked? Okay, come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh shit, and now more spiders. Why is it always spiders? Whoop. Okay. Let's see, how many panic buttons have we got? Not enough. I keep forgetting some of these skills. God damn. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Damn it. Oh, okay. Raven's Feather. Let's go here. Alright, so there's some healing. Okay, so we're doing all right, I think. Okay, we're not doing as well as I'd hoped. Okay. All right. I'm starting to realize one downside to this is just I'm not generally good enough at these games to be showing off pro gaming strats, really, thinking about it. But I suppose a friend, friend of mine has been a reviewer for years and he's not great at games. Alright, so that thing now means that the Master Nightmare has 20% less health, which is going to make that a little easier because it's basically a big multi-stage fight when you're dealing with him. But it's just one of those fights where you have to kind of work the enemy through in their stages to be able to get them to get them down, and it's just a slog. Like it almost feels like when you're first going up against Megra in Hades, when you're really just starting with her. It's one of those points where it almost feels like a war of attrition. Oh, fuck. Whoop. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing this, I don't think. Whoop. Hey, wait, maybe I am. Whoop. Talent? Come on. Oh. Oh, this is gonna... After using power 3... Did I do it? Damn it. Yeah, you fear no nightmares, but I do. Alright, so... Oh, it's a fast travel point. Okay, that's cool. Let's see what you got for me, dude. Oh, okay. So that's 4 more times. Okay. So heal health, gain strength, randomly chosen talents. Gain a copy of a random epic magical object you already own. But what do I... What do I own? It doesn't really seem to tell me. Screw it. You know what? Let's just do that. And see what happens. Alright, let's have a look at what this chest is. Okay, so it's also a can hold down skill. Okay, did not realize that. So, learning new things. Alright, come on, guys. Come on. All come down here. Alright, then, fine. Ow, damn it. It's always annoying, those skills that you think you'd avoided, but you're just running into something else that they throw a moment later. Alright, what do we got? Healing orbs grant strength. Goldilocks' porridge. Let's try that. And let's see what's down this way, seeing as... using the skills. Because I'm finally remembering that I have more than just the standard attack. Slowly but surely, I am learning. Alright. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little better now. I've got a bit of a handle on it, but I would by no means say that I'm really any good at this. So this one is, okay, so 50 of the shards, and what do you give me? Oh. Star of Fate? Whatever the hell that is. Okay, cool, Star of Fate. What do you do? Those guys almost have no real... It feels a bit weird because they're kind of, what do you call it? The wind-up is almost just them flailing their arms about for a moment. It feels just a little bit off. Okay. I think there's only one more day left. Well, there's only one more night, so I don't know that there's really much else that I can do. Oh, what the hell are you? I don't know what the hell that was, but it seems like I'm happy to have it. Okay, let's take out the Healy dude. Strength. Yeah, get fucked. Oh, you gonna chase? No. Dead. Oh, and we got a new type of dude down here. Oh. Tree roots. Fair enough. Oh, that's right. They all like attacking that. Oh, okay. I finally found the thing I need to start doing. These big dudes are easy to kind of telegraph. Just wish these guys would stop being so angry and just running up to me with their knives. And of course, the moment that I say, oh, those big guys are easy to watch the telegraph on, and get smacked around the head with a fucking scythe. Oh, and here we go. Okay, so this is the boss fight. Is this... Oh, this is the same one. This is gonna kind of suck. And you'll see why. Oh, and look. Well, at least I've actually got some health. Or, I don't have many deaths under my belt. Which I did first time I tried him. I had like 2 lives. And only well, I just managed to eat shit there. And I've managed to spawn into a bad spot. Great. Whoops. All right. Yeah, the annoying thing being, especially for this fight, it seems to be that, yeah, as soon as you take out the tentacles to kind of make the guy, vulnerable, it just immediately pulls to a kind of denial attack. So it ends up being almost a kind of a war of attrition. Okay. And here he is, and we're gonna do this stuff, and that, and I fucking whiffed that other skill. God damn it. Nope. This is not going well. I do not see me winning this battle. Yep. Well, down to 2 lives left. Well. Kind of annoying that, yeah, a lot of his life as well doesn't get affected by, by the damage to the other tentacles. Or it doesn't seem to be. I could be wrong. Yeah, it doesn't seem to adjust it in any way. Like, each tentacle taken out doesn't take out a chunk of his life. Oop. Oh, come on. No. Okay. I think I can very easily say that this is a complete dud of a run. Boop. Oh, maybe I can just hide all the way over here. Oh, shit. Ow, ow. I'm just eating every single one of those fucking attacks. Okay, stunlock the tentacle. Come on. Nope. Oh, no. I am not surviving another run of this. No. Okay. Just get used to the idea of is dead. Okay, and that's it. I have to check out and find out what the Star of Fate thing was. Okay. Alright, so base score. We got Nightmare Tumor. That's what it was called. Okay, so Ice Clone, Slide, Frost Surge, and Flurry of Shards. Alright. Magical objects. Numbers of Stars of Fate used. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, fantastic thing about this. When you do a mission, I'm actually going to bump this up.
The sun shone warm, the hills were verdant, and the fields were fertile. Our people were peaceful and joyous, with few causes for concern
Great little piece of
and many
lore.
causes for celebration. I acceded to the throne after the death of my parents, King Kite and Queen Gada. From the moment the mantle of rulership was clasped around my shoulders, I swore to protect the kingdom from harm just as I would protect my own family. For indeed, following my parents' untimely death, I was left in charge of my infant sister, Lily. I ruled the kingdom with a fair and gentle hand, the same way I raised Lily, and both flourished. I used my healing powers to keep illness and evil at bay. Our nation prospered under my benevolent stewardship.
See, I like that as you play with them, you can then unlock their kind of backstories for this specific game. It's a nice touch because a lot of the time, some people just go, oh, well, you already know what you're dealing with. And I kind of like when they give it that little bit of flavor. So, okay, let's have a look here. Okay, it can be played multiplayer, day and night cycle. None of those things. Okay. Use talent. Watch your health. Healing orbs. You can help people get back up. Shields. Vulnerable. Crits. Okay. Okay. So, it doesn't tell me what the what those things are. That's a pity. Oh well, might have to do some investigative Googling. Oh yeah, and I like the fact that when it comes to the game, they don't tell you how to play. You can do these sorts of challenges where it'll change the score modifier, but you can actively change it so that there are particular skills and things that you get, and it then has positives and negatives so that you can tailor the game more to how you want to play, but it doesn't stop you from progressing through the game. These are the great little things of design that I really love chewing on, because it's about the whole accessibility thing. If you want people to play your game, give them the ways to be able to play it. And there's kind of like, okay, there was a lot of argument about the idea of situational disabilities that Alana Pierce brought up. It is actually a game development term. I asked a few friends, and yes, it is considered a disability when you've got kids running around the house, same as with dogs. Like people when they're designing games, talk about it when they're specifically targeting things like how can you pause? Can you pause the game? Can you pause during a cutscene? Making sure that a button doesn't skip through, like pressing the start button or the pause button during a cutscene will pause the cutscene, not skip it entirely, because some people will do that because in the middle of a cutscene, something happens and they go, oh, I have to go get this. Sorry. Apologies. But in a cutscene, if it skips through it, then you might miss a very critical piece of information. And there are all sorts of disabilities in how you make something accessible. And situational disabilities, I think, work in the same kind of the sort of balancing effort that I think some developers need to consider when it comes to how people want to play your game. And it's things like not tying, okay, I understand that for some games they want three different achievements with 3 different scores for beating the game on normal, hard, and expert, or impossible. I'm fine with that, but I'm not a fan of it. Because if I really like your game and I want 1,000 of 1,000 it, if I have a particular skill ceiling, that means that insane difficulty is way too much of a challenge when your game isn't sweaty or really definitively skill-based, then all you're doing is punishing me by making sure I get hit less. There should always be that margin of error. But I love it when a game has things like this, where you hit the select button, custom mode. It allows you to put in benefits, and if you want some of these to be able to balance out. So if you want more XP gains, legendary equipment, and Rain of Stars, so that's your score modifier is negative 40%. But you could then go, okay, there's 10% off, and then we go that. So now your score modifier, for every point you earn, you'll earn 15% less. It still means, though, that you are able to play the game a little bit more balanced towards the things that you need to be able to play and to build up skill without such a kind of punishing back and forth that happens. Like, these are the sorts of things that, when I'm not someone who says that Dark Souls needs an easy mode, because I just figure if somebody wants to play a game, they play a game. But these sorts of modifiers or things are great for being able to put into a game to allow people to just enjoy. Like, if you want to have the experience is the experience, that's cool. But if you open that up a whole lot more, then you get some fantastic possibilities for people being able to jump in and try. And that's one thing I think kind of a lot of people miss out on, is that a game won't give them a little bit of leeway, just that little bit of wiggle room. And that little bit of wiggle room can be the thing that lets somebody play enough that it clicks. They get that light bulb moment of, oh, I get it. It's kind of what I've been doing with the games like Wild Frost and Slay the Spire, the card battlers and everything, is that I was kind of and then it was just playing them enough where things unlocked, and then I kind of went, ding, oh, I start to see some of these patterns now. I start to see how to play the game, or how in a particular run you can build towards something specifically and use this with this. It's actually something that both Beck and a friend of mine, Beeves, do very well with games like Diablo, where they just theory craft and will look at the changes that are made to a particular class, a skill set, a piece of equipment, a particular power, and they will notice certain legendary effects where you would think, oh, you want to go for like the, set gears because they give these big bonuses. Beck and Beeves are able to look at things and go, nah, this skill got a buff if you use this effect with it, and then use this thing, this will proc off that, thereby increasing your damage by X, and then start to refine and massage it. And there was one season, I think it was the season of Loot, that I was playing and Beck pulled, like, she was just looking at some of the items that I had, and I was like, hey, could you look at these? Is there something you can see here? And she picked out two things that procced on Incinerate. One was that it tripled, or it did 170% extra damage for Incinerate while it was channeled, and another skill opened it up so that it was 3 beams instead of 1. Those two things, when put in with another piece of gear which helped generate mana based on how many enemies around me were burning, then meant that I was just running through the entirety of that season with a sorcerer, and I would stop, spin with Incinerate 2 or 3 times. Everything would catch on fire. Most things would die. Anything that was left burning was then generating mana for me to replace what was being channeled through Incinerate. It became an incredibly OP build that Beck just went, that. And a few days after that, I then saw people going, oh, this OP Incinerate build, blah, blah, blah. So all of these top tier theory crafters had taken a week and a half to work out what someone had just kind of looked at and gone, well, this and this and this, try that. Having those elements in a game, having those abilities to be able to adjust a game or work to it a way that works for you, benefits greatly, I think. So custom modes, everything like that, I'm a massive fan of that. And as much as I just sucked at this, I'm liking it. The one thing I miss in this right now is that there's no parry. Or at least I don't think there is. Let's have a look at Beowulf. He may have a parry. Trait. Okay, so he's a melee. There's a shockwave, a whirlwind. Oh, okay. Hold to raise shield and block all incoming damage. Release to bash with shield and deal 30 damage. Okay. That is pretty good. Quite like that. Yeah. So I think... yeah, there's... I don't know. I was hoping that there would be a... well, I suppose for the defense skills... nope, not that. Switch hero. Details for Aladdin. Does he have a... no, he has a somersault. No parry. Okay. I need to stop. No, I'm not going to... I'll definitely play the game a bit more. But yeah, this is one of those games on the backlog. So every time I pick one up on here, I'm going to endeavor to play some more of it and try to push through these games. And I think it might be a good way to do it is I start playing it here, or I jump back into it here, and in the background I'll keep playing through these games. And if I get to a point where I'm about to end it on the stream that day, if I'm doing one, break down what I think of the game. But no scores is it my jam or is it not my jam? I think that's the better way to put it, because some games are great for you. Other games just may not be your thing, but that's all right. So we talk about what we like and what didn't gel with us. So that's what we'll do. So I'm going to go to this screen just to make sure it works. And yeah, the chat message is still showing up. Shocking horror. Oh, wait. There's another person watching. Don't stare at them. Yeah, so like at least for this, the idea will be hopefully that these will just keep going on. Honestly, on a basis of I have quit smoking, and I want to keep doing something that kind of keeps me engaged, keeps me working a muscle, working a skill, learning how to do all of this, and using it as kind of distraction therapy, because I will definitely need it when work starts back up, because work is stressful. And if you want to come along and join me here and have a chat at some point when people I know or people who are happy to that I know and chat along with, or people that I've played games with, if we do it, we might just do kind of join together, play games with the stream. Because there's always, the classics are always the Jackbox stuff. But thinking, anything from Helldivers to Party Animals to whatever the case may be, I'm really up for anything when it comes to it. Has to be about just trying something and having some fun. So that's pretty much it for now. So I've been streaming for just over an hour. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, the audio apparently is cutting out a bit. So, that is a bit weird. I figure Beck will probably send me a message if it's any better or worse, because I can just adjust that here. Okay, hopefully that's... Oh. Okay, that was a little high. Let's bring that down a bit more. Okay, how about that? I think it was actually peaking. Alright, well, in that case, seeing as the audio is deciding to die on me, which, yeah, that sounds about right. Get to about an hour and then everything starts falling apart. Well, nothing caught on fire. So, third stream in a row, nothing caught on fire. Okay. Well, everybody, if you can hear this, I'm just going to go across to here and go, apparently the audio is dying, so if you can hear me, that's fantastic. If you can't, in the chat, I just said, thank you very much for being here, calling it there for the night, but we're going to keep doing this and hopefully going to play with you, play with someone in the stream and everything else. So thanks very much. I'll catch you around.